Hi everyone, my name is Darcy. This is my chosen topic, the paradox of comedian, when strike art was priced at $6.24 million. Strike art is a term with two linked meanings, first introduced by Alan Jouffroy. As a noun, it's the art of strike, focusing on social inequality. As a verb, it means to strike art, critiquing the art establishment to unlock its true potential. Critique he chose Jouffroy's description of contemporary art as existing in paradoxical era for potential yet lacking direction provides a fitting context. I believe this is how the theory came to life through GOLF actions. When a member of GOLF, Andrew Rose, revealed that high culture relies on the exploitation of migrant labor, the group staged their protest inside the Guggenheim Museum. This creative direct action that disrupted the museum's routine made me see how art could become a form of direct political engagement. Strike art shows real power by changing what art can do. According to McKee, it becomes direct action, collective effect, and political subjectivation. This was clear in the GOLF protest. When fake money fell inside the Guggenheim Museum, which is shown in these two images, art stopped being just something to look at. Visitors were suddenly part of the situation that made them reflect on the connections of money, power, and culture. In essence, I see strike art as a decisive form of political avant-garde. It refused to be confined within gallery walls or reduced to a price tag. Instead, it goes on strike, breaking out of its cage to claim the streets, museums, and society itself as its battleground. It demonstrates that art's greatest strength may not be in formal beauty, but in its power to intervene politically and become a tool for liberation. Now we are going to focus on my chosen image. This artwork is named Comedian, according to Julian Delagrange, who is an art historian, critic, and director of contemporary art issue magazine. The photograph of a banana taped to the wall before you is valued at $6.24 million. It was created in 2019 by the Italian artist Maurizio Catline. The piece exists in 3 editions, and the second edition sold for $6.24 million in November 2024, while the other two are valued at $120,000 to $150,000. This work perfectly illustrates the core dilemma raised in strike art. As I described on the last slide, according to McKee, the essence of strike art is to strike at art, to liberate art's potential by critiquing the art establishment itself. With Comedian, the artwork mounts its first strike, using a minimalist visual language to mold the existence and pretense of the art market. Comedian intentionally attracted large crowds when it was exhibited, with visitors flocking to see the absurd artwork. Even Elise Taylor, a senior writer at Vogue, notes that it is precisely this work that has prompted a fundamental rethinking of contemporary art, even though the topic falls outside her Eurobets. Then something unexpected happened. Performance artist David Tuna took the banana off the wall and ate it in public. He later explained the act on Instagram as an artistic performance, saying he had eaten the concept behind the banana. This conceptual claim was practically confirmed when staff replaced banana with a backup. Together, these events perfectly illustrate Professor Olivius's argument that the consumption of contemporary art is packaged as a social and cultural experience. This cycle of consumption reached its peak in 2024. The work was sold at Sotheby's, the auction house McKee describes as directly servicing the 1% for $6.24 million to Chinese cryptocurrency entrepreneur Justin Sun. Even more striking, Sun reenacted the banana eating at a press conference. This perspective helps explain how the price tag could validate the work. As VSS notes, pricing mechanisms actively construct artistic value. Though the tuna and Sun both consumed the physical banana, its conceptual value was ultimately secured by the $6.24 million price. This logic also explains another role of price. As viewed as ads, it functions as a marker of identity. Similarly, investor Stephen Sinchow's calls art a kind of alternative currency that hedge against inflation, which brings us to the real question. Without that huge price, would anyone have noticed that who ate the banana? The work's original message gets drawn out when it turns into a commercial product. Maybe that is why McKee urges us to liberate art from itself, because we cannot challenge the market by just putting another price tag on arts. As Stella Grange describes this crazy work, its core aim is to critique the art market and its excess, yet the brilliance born of its absurdity has got it widespread attention and acclaim. From my perspective, this phenomenon reveals a core paradox. An artwork meant to mold the art market was swallowed by it. Its critique become a product, its mockery become a decoration. This illustrates exactly what McKee explains: how the production, circulation, and consumption of art are deeply intertwined with capitalist culture. This outcome of comedian also provides how strong the market is. It cannot just absorb but buy the most direct criticism. That is why we need to strike up to free it. These are my bibliography. Thank you very much.